Okay, so this review was requested by a friend because there is absolutely no other way that I would ever be reviewing this fucking movie. I'm just kidding. I actually wanted to watch this film for quite a while, but lo and behold, the time came up to watch it, and I did, and I watched it this morning, and it was better than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be bad. I wasn't not looking forward to it, but it definitely impressed me in a lot of ways. And I'm going to discuss all those ways right now. Now, the main worries that I had before I turned it on, from the trailers and from the advertisements and all that, is just right from the get go that I really don't like things that are whitewashed. I don't like foreign cinema that's very Americanized. That being said, I wouldn't really even call this a whitewashed film because generally whitewashing is when you have like a person from one culture playing a person from another culture or something like that. And this whole cast is either Asian or Asian American, basically just English speaking Asian actors and actresses. So you can't really call it whitewashing. The cast is amazing. They nailed it. Jet Li as the Emperor, Donnie Yen as I forget what his name was in the cartoon, but Donnie Yen playing Commander Tung. I don't know if he was named Commander Tung in the cartoon. Mulan, played by Liu. I don't know if I can pronounce her name. Liu Yifei. Liu Yifei. She killed it. Tsi who plays Mulan's father, a really great actor who's actually from my 10th favorite my 10th favorite current film of oh my gosh, my 10th favorite film of all time currently, The Favorite. He's in there, and which only came out like a year ago. I love that film, so I recognized Sima right away, and he plays Hua Zhao, which is Hua Mulan's father, which and that's one thing also that they switched in this film because in the cartoon it was Fa Mulan. In this one it's Hua Mulan. So there's a few little twists. Mulan has a sister in this one. She didn't in the cartoon. There's one character who's a badass that's introduced. She basically plays a witch that transforms into an eagle. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen that in the trailers. She is amazing. I did not write down her name, but oh, maybe I did actually. Yes, Gong Li. Gong Li plays the witch and in the movie. Again, I'm going to butcher this name. Her character's name is Xian Yang, and she's in her mid-50s. This woman's incredible. But Asians don't age, you know. It's just the way it is. Jason Scott Lee is probably the best casted actor there is in this film. Who basically is, I don't know if it's, they call him the Huns, like they did in the animated film by Disney. Um, because Jason Scott Lee basically plays Bori Khan, and Bori Khan and Xian Yang are basically your two villains. But they have their army trying to destroy the Imperial Army of China, just like it was in the animated films. But I don't know if they go by the Huns like they did in the animated film. But yeah, Bori Khan, who is supposed to be the main villain, I think is the best casted because he looks exactly like the main villain did in the cartoon. Even with the eye and everything, he does a really good job. So some other differences, they replaced, what was his name? I'm blanking. Mushu. They replaced Mushu with basically a phoenix, and you can tell they're kind of going for the Mushu look, but it's a totally different character. It's just basically a phoenix who represents kind of like a guardian angel or a guardian phoenix for Mulan, and they go in a totally different direction with that because this film is obviously taken way more seriously than the cartoon, and I like that. My God, they did such a good job with the cinematography, the fight scenes, the choreography with the fight scenes. when Mulan reveals herself, it's also very different than the cartoon, where in the cartoon she's kind of discovered. This one she reveals herself by her choice because the new character Xianyang, the witch, basically forces her into a realization that, you know what, I'm done hiding, I'm done lying, and she charges into the battle and just has this epic battle on a horse and everything. This film did a really good job with the wuxia. I love wuxia films. I love wuxia films way more than I do martial arts films, and it's funny because I've always known what martial arts films were, and then I only discovered the term wuxia film like maybe 6 months ago, because I always used to say like, okay, I know what martial arts is, but what are those films with like sword fighting and like running on walls and, you know, floating and like sword fighting and like samurai stuff? What is the title for that film or that style of film? And it's a wuxia film, and they really bring out the wuxia elements in this film, and I absolutely love it. And they do a good job with it. Like, it's very mature looking. It's not super Disney. It's not super cartoonish or childish. They really bring the cinematography and the visuals and the, like I said, the choreography. I kind of feel like I'm repeating myself, but I really was impressed with where they took this film, because I wasn't expecting them to go as as balanced, you know, between kid and adult as they really took this film, and I loved it. The sword fights and the kendo skills that you know, the fighting styles that everybody does. Obviously, they had wicked training to do it. I don't want to make this review too spoiler esque, but there is a scene involving Xian Yang, the main female villain, that she kind of has a realization of herself, and I really like that aspect of it. But I'm just going to leave it at that in case anybody has not seen the film yet. But that was very nice, and yeah, they changed just enough, but still make it really enjoyable. And I had a really great time with it. This film is obviously going to be amazing to watch on 4K. I don't have a 4K player at the moment, or a 4K television, but I look forward to seeing this on 4K, and I wish I had gotten to see it on the big screen. But yeah, I think I did cover all my notes. Yeah, the ending is great. Um, Jet Li plays the Emperor fantastically. Obviously, you know, like I said, every certain plot points are switched around, but they change just enough, and they just make it much more of an experience. And I really liked how they played with the wuxia elements. Like, that was my favorite. The sword fighting, the choreography with the battle scenes, and how much they made it feel like a wuxia film really impressed me. Like, my favorite Chinese wuxia film of all time is House of Flying Daggers, which, a matter of fact, the kid reminded me of Takashi Kaneshiro in House of Flying Daggers. The guy who played Chen, Yosan An, Yosan An, yes, I believe, yes, Yosan An, played the guy who kind of makes buddy buddy with Mulan, thinking that he's a boy or she's a boy. And she also goes by the name of Wai Ju in this film, which she didn't in the first one. Basically, they just kept on calling her Mulan. But I liked how they changed her name from Mulan, or Hua Mulan, to Wai Ju, a boy's name, I assume. And yeah, Chen. As soon as I looked at him, I'm like, that can't be Takashi Kaneshiro. He's like 20 years older than that kid at this point, probably 30 years older. But he really looked the same, and I had to look it up to see if it was like his son or something. No, it wasn't. No relation whatsoever. But but yeah, like, House of Flying Daggers is my fourth favorite film of all time, and my number one favorite wuxia film. I still have to look at the words to pronounce them right. Oh man, I always blank. I always blank. I'm like, oh, what was it again? Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. I know it 5 seconds ago, but 5 seconds later I forget it. But anyways, that's Mulan. I really enjoyed it. I recommend you see it. I'm definitely gonna buy it, especially on 4K. And I had a good time with it, so I recommend it for anybody who likes the cartoon. I think I like the cartoon. Well, I don't know. That's a hard one. I have to rewatch the cartoon, and then I will see which one I like better. But I love this one. The cartoon's a classic. It's one of my favorite Disney films, so I'm looking forward to rewatching it. But this one did a good job, so I'm impressed. And that's it. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to hear my voice, if you like my movie reviews. There will be more coming, and until next time, have a good one and cheers.